Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my top 10 Christmas movies. Let's get into it. So, December 24th, what better day to drop this video than today? Yes, my favourite Christmas films. Now, Christmas films get a lot of viewing year on year. It kind of determines that these films do get a rewatch. But what films get rewatched the most in my household? What films do I enjoy? Let's find out, let's delve into it. So, without any further ado, let's do it. So, in 10th spot. Okay, in 10th spot we have the film Last Christmas, starring Emilia Clarke and Henry Golding. This is a film that came out a few years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago I think. I wasn't really overly interested in it. The missus wanted to watch it. We sat down, we watched it, and I was blown away. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't see the end coming until towards the end. The sort of twist, I think it did sort of choke me up a bit. I think that I mean Emilia Clarke is an actress that I can take or leave. In some projects I don't particularly like her, but in this I thought she was pretty good. And Henry Golding just steals the show in this movie. He's got a lot of charm up on screen, and not only that, the film is obviously filmed in London. Many a time have I walked down the Finn alleyway, have I been to the little park that they film in, places like that. I know where it all is. So yeah, that's that one. Then number 9, A Christmas Carol. Blimey, this is kind of interchangeable in that you could throw in the Muppets Christmas Carol, you could throw in Scrooged. There's many a version of A Christmas Carol made, but as good as a lot of them are, I always tend to go for the Patrick Stewart version. I know that was a sort of TV movie. I think it was a Hallmark movie, in fact. And Patrick Stewart, he's on top form as Ebenezer Scrooge. There are some acting around him that's abysmal, that is dreadful. But this is generally the one that I go for. So it's there for that reason. Then in 8th spot, and one of my favourite films of last year, and this was Spirited. Actually, it would have been the year before last. If that makes sense. No, it would have been last year. I'm thinking we're in 2024 now. It would have been a year ago. Spirited, Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell in this, another version of A Christmas Carol, but with a bit of a twist in that Ryan Reynolds tries and changes the future for the ghost of Christmas Present, who is actually Ebenezer Scrooge, played by Will Ferrell. It's a musical. I enjoy the music in it. I enjoy the energy of the film. My only concern is the film's probably about 15 minutes too long, but it's still one that I watch every year. And last year I was, this would have probably made my top of my list, but it has dropped down this year. I have seen it a fair few times. Number 7, Tom Hanks, The Polar Express. Okay, the film looks dated now. The CGI on the characters look a bit dated, but this is still a strong film, a strong narrative, great messaging. Tom Hanks playing many a part. Staple of Christmas, solid film. Then down in number 6 spot, Christmas Chronicles. Yeah, with Kurt Russell. I love this film. I think it's really good. Primarily for Kurt Russell. I think Kurt Russell is spot on casting as Santa Claus. He's really good in it. He really is good. He gives a different twist to the character. Kind of Santa Claus who's still a kid at heart himself, and doesn't mind sort of getting involved in a bit of hijinks, shall we say. Yeah, very fun film that I love. Number 5, Home Alone. Home Alone. This is the only Home Alone that's making the list, okay? The first one. The other day I watched Home Alone 1 and 2 back to back, and I've often questioned which one do I prefer the most. I have to say the first one. The second one's very good, but when I watched them a day apart, Obviously, Home Alone 2 is very repetitive in its narrative. It's essentially a remake of Home Alone 1 again, just change the location. But out of the two of them, I would pick the first one, the younger Kevin McAllister, being left at home alone, which kind of, as a child when you watched it, it kind of fed into a certain fear of your own of being left home alone, and what you could do and what you could get up to, and if burglars tried to get into your house, as opposed to being lost in a big city. That's a different concept altogether. So the first film, great film. Now number 4, and not necessarily a film but a short film, and that's The Snowman. It speaks for itself. Snowman is a fantastic animated short. Great music, no dialogue, tells its story well, sharp and concise, just spot on. Then number 3, or the top 3, and we have Elf with Will Ferrell. Again, a film I love and adore, a film that I saw at the cinema. I was up in London comic book shopping alone, and it was on, it was playing. This was when it first came out, and I thought, I've got some hours to kill, I'll just go in and watch it. And I was blown away by it. And again, an emotional, impactful ending to that film as well. And Will Ferrell, love him or hate him, I love him in this film. He's fantastic as Buddy the Elf. Really is. I couldn't picture anyone else playing that part at all. Then number 2, second spot, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. When this came out originally, I was renting it over and over again. It's the strongest of the National Lampoon's vacation movies. Chevy Chase as Clark Griswold, very funny. Has always cracked me up. I love everything about this film. It's just a solid staple of Christmas. It truly is. And then that brings us to my number 1 spot, and I've got to go with Die Hard. Yes, Die Hard. What can I say about this film? It's set the stage for action to come for generations. Now, there's always a question: is Die Hard a Christmas movie, or isn't it a Christmas movie? Because it's got Christmas in its DNA all the way through. It's got Christmas music. I don't think there's a scene goes by that there isn't something in the background that is Christmassy about the film. So for me, the answer is yes, it is a Christmas film. But it's a film you can also watch at any time of year. Not just, you watch any film at any time of year, but you don't generally go to the proper Christmas movies, Elf or that sort of thing during the summer. But Die Hard you can go to it at that time of year. Now, it always makes me laugh because people, you read the other comments saying, in things saying, well, if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, then so's Lethal Weapon, so's Batman Returns. They're not Christmas films. They might be set at Christmas, but they're not Christmas films because there's a fundamental difference between those films and Die Hard. And that is that Die Hard has been adopted by Christmas. Yeah. Die Hard wasn't conceived as a Christmas film. In fact, I believe it came out in the summer. Yeah, in 1988, the film was released in July. It was a summer blockbuster, essentially. But yeah, it's a film that has been adopted by Christmas. And that's the sort of conclusion that I came to as to why it is, whether it is or isn't a Christmas film. People have taken it, they've turned it into a Christmas song. There's a song, it's similar to a song. There's a song called Stop the Cavalry, if you know it. Now that was never conceived as a Christmas song, but it's generally only at Christmas that you hear the song now. Originally when that came out, it wasn't a Christmas song. It wasn't in Christmas when it came out. It wasn't at Christmas when it came out. But it's been adopted by Christmas and now is perceived as a Christmas song by everyone. And a similar thing has happened with Die Hard. So there's your answer. There's your definitive answer to Die Hard and whether or not it is a Christmas film. Yes, it's a Christmas film. No, it wasn't. It's been adopted by people for Christmas. It's a Christmas adoption of a movie. Iron Man 3, Batman Returns, Lethal Weapon, that hasn't happened with those movies. So thusly, no, they're not Christmas films. So let's put that to bed, shall we? Anyway, so there's my top 10. Top 10 Christmas films. Keep it nice and short for you. Yeah, brilliant. So I will be back with another top 10. And this will be on New Year's Day. And this will be my top 10 most anticipated movies for 2024. So keep your eye out for that. Hit the subscribe button. Come and join the channel. And what else is there to say? But it's Christmas Eve. Everyone watching, everyone who's ever commented, viewed, subscribed, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I will be back before the New Year. So I would say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Well, I can't say that anyway, but I will be back before that anyway. So I hope you have a wonderful day with your families, whatever it is that you're up to. And I'll see you soon. Take care all and Merry Christmas.